Video 21, Part 9C of 25, Outputs from the Sequence Activities Process. The purpose of this video is to develop a WBS to present the deliverables from the sequence activities process. The sequence activities process is the third process in the project schedule management knowledge area and is related to the planning process group. Please click the like button. Subscribe to my channel and share with others. Thank you. The first output of the sequence activities process is the project schedule network diagrams. The project schedule network diagrams output of the sequence activities process is a critical component of project schedule management, and here's why. 1. Visual representation of workflow. The project schedule network diagrams provides a graphical view of the logical relationships or dependencies between project activities. The project schedule network diagrams help stakeholders understand the flow and sequence of work. 2. Foundation for the project schedule. The network diagram is used to develop the project schedule, such as the CPM or critical path method. Without project schedule network diagrams, accurate scheduling, float calculation, and critical path analysis would be impossible. 3. Identifies dependencies and constraints. Project schedule network diagrams clearly show the relationships between finish to start, start to start, finish to finish, and start to finish. Project schedule network diagrams assist in risk management by highlighting where delays can impact the entire project. 4. Supports resource and risk management. Project schedule network diagrams enable better resource allocation by showing parallel versus sequential tasks. Project schedule network diagrams help identify potential bottlenecks and critical tasks early. 5. Facilitates communication and coordination. Project schedule network diagrams serve as a communication tool for the project team, ensuring that everyone understands the task sequences. Project schedule network diagrams are used in schedule compression techniques, such as crashing and fast tracking, to adjust schedules. 6. Required for additional scheduling processes. The network diagram feeds into, first, estimate activity durations. Second, develop the schedule. Third, control the schedule. How can improperly project schedule network diagrams harm the sequence activities process? Here are the main risks and consequences of a poorly prepared project schedule network diagram and how it can significantly harm the sequence activities process and negatively impact the overall project schedule. 1. Incorrect or missing dependencies. One problem is that failure to identify proper logical relationships, such as finish-start, start-start, finish-finish, and start-finish, between activities can result in tasks being scheduled in the wrong order, leading to rework. Another problem is that failure to identify proper logical relationships can also result in critical dependencies being ignored, causing delays. 2. Unrealistic or unmanageable critical path. One problem is that errors in sequencing can distort the critical path and the impact can be an underestimation of the project schedule, leading to missed deadlines. Another problem is that float calculations become unreliable, masking schedule flexibility. 3. Resource conflicts and overallocations. One problem is that improper sequencing does not take into account resource constraints, such as shared teams and equipment. The impact can be that parallel tasks can compete for the same resources, causing bottlenecks. Another problem is that inefficient resource utilization increases costs and delays. 4. Increased risk of rework and delays. If activities are sequenced incorrectly, work may need to be redone. The impact could be, for example, That building walls before installing electrical wiring leads to demolition and extra costs. 5. Difficulty in schedule compression. A flawed network diagram makes fast tracking or crashing ineffective. The impact could be that attempts to accelerate the schedule may fail or introduce new risks. 6. Poor communication and stakeholder misalignment. One problem is that a confusing or inaccurate diagram misleads the team and stakeholders. The impact may be that misunderstandings lead to incorrect execution of tasks. Another problem is reduced confidence in the project plan. 7. Inaccurate risk and float analysis. One problem is that missing or incorrect dependencies distort float calculations. The impact may be that teams mistakenly assume flexibility where none exists. Another problem is that high-risk tasks may not receive the attention they deserve. In conclusion, the project schedule network diagram is essential because it translates the sequencing of activities into a structured model that drives all subsequent scheduling efforts. Without project schedule network diagrams, the project schedule would lack accuracy, leading to potential delays, cost overruns, and misalignment among stakeholders. Ultimately, a poor network diagram doesn't just affect the schedule. It can also result in cost overruns, missed deadlines, and project failure. Investing time in creating a clear, accurate, and well-structured diagram is crucial to project success. The second output of the sequence activities process is the project documents updates. In the sequence activities process within project schedule management, the project documents updates output is considered secondary but still important. Here's why the project documents updates output is so important in the sequence activities process. 1. Primary focus of sequence activities. The main goal of the project documents updates is to establish the logical order of activities using techniques like precedence diagramming method, or PDM, and dependency determination. The key outputs of the project documents updates are the project schedule network diagram and updates to the activity list and activity attributes. 2. Role of project documents updates. Although not the primary output, this ensures that related documents, such as assumption log, risk register, and milestone list, are updated if sequencing decisions impact them. For example, if sequencing reveals new risks, such as resource conflicts, the risk register must be updated. 3. When the project documents updates becomes important. First, if sequencing leads to changes in activity dependencies, constraints, or assumptions, the relevant documents must reflect these updates. Second, project documents updates helps maintain traceability and accuracy across project planning. A poor project documents updates output in the sequence activities process can introduce risks, inefficiencies, and misalignment across the project. Here's how this can cause harm. 1. Inaccurate or outdated activity definitions. If the activity list or activity attributes are not updated properly, it can result in a situation where missing dependencies or incorrect logic can lead to flawed sequencing. For example, a critical finish to start link may be overlooked, causing schedule delays. 2. Unaccounted risks and assumptions. If the risk register or assumption log is not updated, this can result in, first, new risks, such as resource bottlenecks due to parallel activities, may not be addressed. Second, invalid assumptions, such as vendor deliveries will align with our timeline, may persist, leading to unrealistic sequencing. 3. Misalignment with milestones and constraints. Poor updates to the milestone list or constraint log can result in, first, missed contractual deadlines due to improper ordering of activities. Second, Overlooked external dependencies, such as regulatory approvals. 4. Communication gaps. If stakeholders refer to outdated documents, such as an outdated project scope statement, teams may work on incorrect priorities, leading to rework. For example, a late and undocumented customer approval interrupts the critical path. 5. Ineffective change management. If sequencing changes are not reflected in change logs or requirements documentation, unapproved changes may slip into the schedule unnoticed. For example, a team assumes that an activity may overlap, but the change has never been formally evaluated. 6. Poor baseline comparisons. Without proper updates, future schedule performance measurements, such as SPI and CPI, may be based on incorrect data, masking real problems. In conclusion, while project documents updates is not the most critical output of sequence activities, it supports project consistency and risk management. Proper updates ensure that all documents remain aligned with the most recent sequencing decisions. Poor project documents updates may seem insignificant at first glance, but they can result in schedule delays, cost overruns, and stakeholder distrust. Ensuring complete and timely updates maintains the integrity of the sequencing activities process and the overall project plan. Finishing this video, we will have in the next videos. 1. Creation of WBS for different projects using WBS Schedule Pro. 2. Examples of project plans using MS Project. And many other videos. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you liked this video and want us to continue with new topics. Subscribe to the channel. All content is free. You can also comment suggesting topics you would like to see on this channel. Thank you.